Welcome back to the School for Writers podcast. This week we are talking about some really fun things that I absolutely love to talk about. And that is diversity in writing, sex toys, and the importance of own voices. Thien-Kim, thank you for coming on. Why don't you tell us a little about who you are and what you do in this world?
Yeah, I am a debut author. My first book just came out back in May. It's called Happy Endings, but I've been writing for a long time. And I also run a business called Body Bookworms, and it's all about romance books and adult toys. Eventually, I realized like I had stories to tell, had my experiences that I wanted to share, and there was so much of me that I didn't see represented in what I was reading, whether it be fiction, nonfiction. I needed to share the stories because I knew that other people would find them helpful and to know that they were not alone in these experiences. I was doing freelance writing. I was writing a parenting blog. I did a lot of essays and things like that. I'm tired of writing about myself. I don't want to write about people I don't know. And romance was the first thing that appealed to me because I thought there's not enough stories like my story with my husband. I'm in an interracial relationship that depict the joy of falling in love and not the struggle of trying to find common ground because you're from two different ethnic and cultural backgrounds. So it was really important to me that the struggle between the two characters wasn't about race, but about their ambitions and how they dealt with those obstacles that were in their way. And people think tropes like, oh, well, it's so predictable. It's so, James Patterson's books are all predictable and people love them and read them. My husband loves them. There's nothing wrong with predictable, but I think it's taking the predictable and adding your own spin and giving a little something new to it that makes it exciting for readers and exciting for you to write because you want to be excited about this book while you're writing it. The romance industry is a different, I think, than from other subgenres. A lot of publishers will take unagented manuscripts. So if you just, go to the publisher, if you go to RWA, Romance Writers of America's website, they do have a list of publishers and you can kind of go and do your research there. And some of them do take unagented manuscripts and there's a form and they tell you like what they're looking for, things like that. So you can submit there.
And so from there to the book being out in the world, how long did that take?
I signed the contract in February of 2020 and it came out in May of 2021. So a little over a year. Big publishers like Avon, I think they plan out their schedule pretty far in advance. So I that was probably the earliest that they could slot me in.
Yeah. For those listening, I want you to hear how long that took and how patience is a virtue in this business because it can really feel like you're getting nowhere. And so I love that you didn't give up. Well, thank you again so much for everything that you do and exist in this world. I love the stories you're telling. I love the world you're creating. I love the like erotica pleasure that you're doing. And I just love all that you're doing. So thank you again for coming on and sharing such wisdom. I have such great notes from this call.